This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Mythic Legions Cowaros from the Four Horsemen. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in your standard collector-friendly Mythic Legions window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see some really cool artwork of the Mythic Legions, and on the left, a bunch of other figures from this particular lineup. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here is Cowaros out of the box. And man, what a beautiful, badass action figure. Now, I'm not too hardcore into the Mythic Legions, but each one I get makes me even more of a fan. And this Cowaros, which is obviously Masters of the Universe inspired, is freaking incredible, and I cannot wait to check him out with you guys. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a closer look at his accessories. So Cowaros does come with a good amount of accessories. Starting off, he comes with 2 interchangeable head sculpts, 2 shields, a collar piece, a sword, a holster for his sword, 2 shoulder pauldrons, and 3 back attachments. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at the Mythic Legions Cowaros. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Cowaros. What a cool figure, man. Quick thing, I'm still fairly new to Mythic Legions, so I don't know a ton about them. I only have a few of the birds, so this is my first non-bird figure from Mythic Legions, so all these parts are fairly new to me. I am aware that a lot of these is like reused parts from other characters, and that's also part of the thing with a lot of the Mythic Legions is that you can mix and match and interchange parts like pieces of armor and heads and things like that, which I think is really cool. But I love this, and I've always been really intrigued with their Masters of the Universe homages, but something about this like battle cat / cringer into a warrior thing sold me, man, and I cannot wait to get the next PowerCon exclusive ones, which is in like a couple weeks, I think. Purplor, which is a Panther, gets to go side by side with him. Freaking rad, man. I cannot wait. But this guy looks awesome, dude. So the head sculpt looks really good. I love the sculpting of the fur around the collar and the face. All look great. The eyes look nice, and the paint came out great with those like orangish yellow tiger stripes. I think look really good, and just, man, this is such a fun looking piece. Everything from like this whole chest area piece right here with that like blue gem or whatever that is, and the sculpting of these pauldrons is ridiculously awesome. Very fantasy like, and that's my thing. I love the fantasy type stuff. I love how it's like two-toned with this like more flat deep red, and then you get this more metallic red in certain areas to really two-tone all of it. Same thing with like things like the gauntlets. I think all look really cool. Again, love the two-toning in this whole skirt piece. The intricate detail of the skirt piece looks fantastic. I love all of this, man. Even the side pieces all look really cool. We do have a nice tail on there, and I'll get to that a little later. And the boots look so good, man. I love this. Look at this sculpting, just looks really cool. Those feet look insane. How they have those like spikes and whatnot. And you can see like the nicks and the scratches and the wear on those just looks so freaking good, dude. I love this, man. Everything about this aesthetically is beautiful. The colors just work for me. Again, since it's based on something that I love. You know, I'm a big fan, particularly of the battle cat / cringer motif. And the fact that they did it into a Mythic Legions like warrior is so cool to me, man. So overall, aesthetically, this guy is incredible. Okay, so with a lot of Mythic Legions figures, again, interchangeable parts and mix and matching and things like that. So you can take this head off, and it's on a standard ball peg there, and you can see the paint kind of peeled from the ball peg, which isn't a big deal because it's going to be covered anyways. Now, these shoulder pauldrons can be removed. They're just on little back pegs on the back of this piece right here, so you can take this off, and they're more a softer pliable plastic, which is nice. Then this whole collar piece is a separate piece like that, so you can take that off. Now, if you want to, you can just put that head on like that and have them more like so, which works fine. But we do get a second head, which is awesome. You can put this head on there, and boom, now you have this really dope looking orc. I am a big fan of orcs for the Horde. I love this, man. And that head sculpt looks insane, dude. With that mask, looks crazy cool. That whole helmet, the tusks coming from the lower jaw, you know, he has a total underbite. Looks insane, dude. Those big ears, the scratches and nicks and dents on the helmet itself look incredible. And overall, just having this like really cool like orc, but he has like this like tiger stripe war paint on. Now that's what it looks like. I think is so awesome, dude. That what a great look in addition to this figure, and it really makes me wish I had two, because I would totally display both of these at the same time. So we do got a bunch of other accessories here, so I'm just gonna leave that on for a second. So we actually do get these back attachments right here. Now these attachments are for things, again, additional pieces that you could purchase separately from other figures and battle packs and things like that. So like this one, you know, has these like two holes right here. You could actually take this and you'll see a little slot on the back right there, and you could pop that on, and then you could attach certain things to this little section right here, like wings, or some type of heavier armor, or whatever it may be. So those, we get three different options for that, just for plugging in different types of things, which I think is really cool and really plays into the whole mixing and matching of parts. So if we take the head off, we also do get this little strap right here that we can strap to his back like so, across his chest, and we can put the head back on like that, like so. Now we have this little strap there. That is because we get this really dope beefy sword with this big blue blade. I love the metallic blue use for this. It's so cool and so unique, and a really nice handle. Just looks so awesome. But what the sash is for is actually a storage for the sword, so you can actually put that in there like that, and he will hold the sword on his back like so. So pretty cool. I love that we have that option. So you can take this off, again, pull this off like so, take that off like that, and there you go. So let me see here. We do have a couple different options, so we could do that. Then you can actually take these shoulder pauldrons, and we do still have pegs on the back of the figure itself. So if you could take those and put those on there like that, again, put this on there like so, and then you have the orc with the shoulder pauldrons to make them a little more armored up, and now you have a different look for the character, which I think is very cool. And I love the fact that you could take these off. Again, the head just popped right off. Then we can take the collar piece, this whole neck collar, you know, put the shoulder pads back on. Oops, wrong side. Put that on. Wait, no, is that the right side? What am I doing? There we go. I think I have it on the right side now. Okay, so put that there. What is happening? I feel like this is not working for me. What is going on? I'm just totally messing this up, and I'm doing it on camera, and I'm going to leave it there because I think it's funny. So I'm going to take this there and put that there like so again, and then I'm going to put that tiger head back on like that. Again, now you have a completely different character, and I love the collar piece because it really adds to the whole, you know, animal look of the character, which I think is really cool. We also get these two big beefy shields, which I think is awesome, done with that metallic red and the wood grain and the blue studs. All looks great. And we do have these little clips in here, and these clips can come off. So if you want to, you can do it. You'd have to do it with these shoulder pads. Take the little peg and actually peg it onto the back of that collar piece, and you can store the shield on the back like there if you want to hold onto it like so for storage. But what it's kind of for, you know, he does have two shields, so you can clip them to the wrists, and it's a little tricky, but you can get them on there like so. So just get those on like that. Now you have him dual wielding shields, which I actually think is really cool, and is actually pretty badass to wield two shields and use them as weapons. But what that's for is actually kind of an homage to the 2000X Battle Cat, where he had these big shoulder discs, armor plating on the side of his harness, and it's pretty cool that they kind of incorporated that with these two shields to give it that 2000X homage too, which I think is pretty rad. So you can take those off. Again, they're a little tricky to get around there. Now the hands do come off like so. You can see that they just peg on there pretty easily, but he doesn't come with extra hands, and again, that's just for mixing and matching parts with other figures, and some other figures do have extra hands, so that's really cool. We also do have this tail piece. Now here's the one thing I'm going to complain about. I love the tail. It looks really good. You just pop it in. It doesn't come on in the package. You pop it in via a little ball peg. And it can spin around and whatnot, but mine broke off. I popped it in there once, played with it a little bit, and I was gonna take it off to take up some pictures, in his orc form, because the orc doesn't have a tail like that, and it ripped right off, and I had to glue this back on with like a rubber type of glue, and now I can't take it off. That really sucks, and it's so disappointing, because I love this figure, and the tail peg completely snapped off, and I was just totally heartbroken, man, because I love this thing so much, and I feel like we waited forever for this figure, like over a year and a half or something like that, when I pre-ordered it, from pre-order to actually receiving it, and that happened. So disappointing, but still, that's very minor in my opinion. I know it's happened before, and it's kind of common with some of these figures, but that doesn't really hinder me from absolutely loving this piece. Okay, so now let's run down his articulation and see how it is again, because I'm still fairly new to these things, so I'm not fully aware of how in-depth they go. So, head is on a ball peg. With this collar piece, it doesn't move around as much. Without the collar piece, it would move around a lot more, but with the collar, you're mostly going to get left and right, up and down a little bit, and a slight pivot. Again, without the collar, it would move so much more. These pads are on that peg, so they can move up and down, and the arms can go full 360 if you want to, and you take off some of this armor. It would go all the way around. They go up and out that far. You got a single bend at the elbow, goes almost 90, rotation at the elbow, rotation at the glove, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. We also do get a ball peg in the midsection right there, so that rolls around really nicely. Does turn left and right, pivot side to side, and crunch back and forth. We got hip joints, hip kick forward all the way that far, back that much. The splits, very nice. Rotation in that upper thigh. We got a double jointed knee. Is it a double? No, it's actually a single, but it bends a little bit past 90, so that's actually really good. Rotation at the boot. Ankle joints, so just go up, down, rotate, rotate, and then a wicked ankle rocker. And again, the tail does spin around if it didn't break, so yeah, is what it is. But still, overall, I love this piece, man. This is definitely making me a fan of Mythic Legions. Again, I really only had interest in the birds, because I just love birds personally, but seeing this guy, something I knew I had to have as soon as I saw it, and I finally have it, and I'm not disappointed. Even with the tail breaking off, I still love him. And if you're a Motu fan and you love just really cool, interesting toys, then I think this guy is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to a Masters of the Universe Classics Battle Cat and Filmation He-Man from Super 7. And for your Mythic Legions comparison, here he is standing next to an Eagleus 2.0 and Nemetis. And just for fun, here he is standing next to a little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Mythic Legions Cowaros from the Four Horsemen. Now, oh my god, dude, this is a beautiful action figure. Mythic Legions just gets better and better in my opinion. Now, I don't have a lot of these in my collection, but with each one I get makes me love them so much more. And with these Masters of the Universe homages with things like Cowaros are freaking incredible. I love the interchangeability of the accessories and parts and things like that, and I love the paint ups and sculpt, and I really dig the articulation. the Four Horsemen really are making incredible action figures. Now, even though the tail broke on mine, I still love this piece. He is definitely one of my favorite action figures in my collection, and I can't wait to get his rival Purplor at PowerCon this year. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.